We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I am your man behind the microphone and your current reigning and defending Scholars of Wrestling champion, Scholar Jeff. To my left is the Schwippervescent Scholar Brian. How are you
Big
doing?
words, yay!
Big
Hello.
words, probably fake. Doesn't matter. It all works. Yes, ladies, gentlemen, others, and friends, welcome to the Scholars of Wrestling Show, where we rise from the ashes to school the masses. And boy, it's time to come back again. It's time for Elimination Chamber, and an historic one at that.
Is it? Is it really?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is.
Yes,
the modern age
I understand.
of the women's tag team titles and so much more.
I understand that the tag team titles are being decided in an Elimination Chamber match, which is all well and good.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the problem with the WWE as of right now. Okay. In any of these matches, okay, except for one thing that happened on SmackDown, which I'm sure we'll get into when it gets to that point. Okay, except for one thing that happened on SmackDown, the WWE has given me no reason to give one flying fuck about this show.
Are you just saying that because the title is not currently on the line on this show?
No.
Well, I gotta say there are a few nuggets here. I will say that this show does seem a little on the underhyped side. There is still plenty to see and plenty to get excited over, at least for me.
I'll say this, okay? If I wasn't watching the shows on a regular basis, okay, I'd have no idea that this pay-per-view is this Sunday. I would have no clue. That's how much of a shit job they did hyping up this pay-per-view.
I wish I could say something different, but it's in between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. You're not always going to get the best hype, but if you look close enough, I suspect that you're going to find plenty of good matches to look into. So let's just dive right in. We've got WWE Elimination Chamber 2019 kicking things off with the first match on the pre-show, that at least the only one that was announced.
Of course.
Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa.
Cruiserweight title, of course. You would think that, hey, maybe, okay, the card's a little light for the show. Maybe it could get on the main show. But no, it's the Cruiserweight title. It's on the pre-show. And hey, guess what? Buddy Murphy's not losing it before WrestleMania. So, Buddy Murphy wins.
No, sir. No, sir. Not indeed. I still say that they're going to add up to something with some degree of payoff with Buddy Murphy. But like you said, it's not going to happen in Elimination Chamber. The only thing that's going to happen is that Murphy and Akira Tozawa are going to kill it.
In the 10 minutes that they're given, which, as we all know, is not enough.
You can still do a lot with 10 minutes.
You can, but I think Buddy Murphy, at least at this point, has earned himself an actual 15 to 20 minute pay-per-view match. You would think.
WrestleMania can still impress. This is by no means the end of the road. It's just another chapter in the book. Speaking of another chapter in the book, moving on to the main card, we've got Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin.
Yay!
I hope Braun Strowman eats Baron Corbin. Just eats him like a big old steak.
And you know what?
I'm going with Baron Corbin. 'Cause.
You know what you just said, right?
Yes, I did. I said Braun Strowman.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I want confirmation that's what he said, because I heard something different. And you know what?
You're hearing voices then.
You know what?
I'm just going to take a sip of my tea now.
The WWE likes to fuck around. And if they were going to, I believe it would be this match. Because there's no reason for this to be here. Okay, did we not get enough at TLC? Okay? No. We need a fully healthy Braun Strowman to come in and eat Baron Corbin. Which is what you would expect. Okay?
Think they're going to pull a fast one on us and give us something different?
I'm going to go with Braun Strowman. Because it makes sense. But do not
going down on the score sheet.
Do not be surprised. Okay, if this is the match where they're like, hey, let's do something fun. What they think is fun. That's it.
Let's have some fun, damn it.
Let's have some fun. Let's get people pissed off at us again. Not like we did it. Not like we didn't do it hard enough on Raw. But we're gonna...
We gotta make it obvious, damn it.
We gotta make this one completely obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? If we're doing it, okay. The last time this match was supposed to happen, Braun Strowman was hurt, so you had to mess around and have like 15 different people come out to beat up Baron Corbin. Okay, this one. Okay, if we're ending the feud, please end the feud, please. Okay, if you're ending the feud, Braun Strowman. 5 minutes. Kill him. Be done. Let's move on.
And in all seriousness, I'm persuaded that's going to happen. This is the time of year when you close old chapters, and especially when you're going for as long as this has, you could have closed this chapter long ago. This is when they're really going to close chapter.
I thought they did.
And they're going to set up for something new, so either way, Braun the Strowman is going to win it.
I thought that they did with the loss of the general manager role. That seemed pretty finite, didn't it?
Hmm.
And then they did and then the Royal Rumble comes, whatever. And then the night after they do the same shit they did to injure. They did the same storyline over again. You noticed that?
Mm-hmm. They were just sort of dragging it out again.
Okay. No, it's not the fact that they dragged it out. It's the fact that they wanted to have the one-on-one regular match between these two. They had to find a way to make it happen. So they were like, hey, let's run the same story again. Because nothing else has got to make sense.
And the result will be the same. Yeah. So anyway, moving on to somewhat more interesting matches. We've got Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title. And this one's different.
But here's the deal, okay? The stipulation itself, okay, it telegraphs the ending of this match. Finn Balor can pin either Bobby Lashley or Lio Rush and win the Intercontinental title. Lio Rush is getting pinned. Finn Balor's coming out on top.
Really? You think so?
Yes. It goes back to you don't put in a stipulation like that unless it's going to happen.
Chekhov's gun.
Okay, because let's think back. Dean Ambrose versus The Miz. If Dean Ambrose gets disqualified or counted out, he loses the title. You don't put a stipulation in that match like that unless it's going to happen. Okay, so this is and then you get the rematch at Fastlane. You get the Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley one-on-one at Fastlane. You move on, whatever happens there. You get the multi-man match that you always get for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. So, if you're gonna put in a stipulation that either one can get pinned, okay, what's the point of putting in that stipulation if the two of them are just gonna beat Finn Balor?
I'll tell you. It's because you can set up for false hopes when the good guy is eventually crushed, because he's going to go on to win the title later on at a bigger event, a.k.a. WrestleMania.
I don't think they do. I would... They don't do singles matches for the Intercontinental title anymore at WrestleMania.
Who said it was going to be a singles match? This could very easily be a multi-man match where they just continually stack up the odds against whoever the winner is going to be.
No, it also goes back to, okay, they're obviously building up Finn Balor. Okay, after what he did with Brock Lesnar. Okay, and if the stipulation wasn't what it was, if it was just a regular handicap match, but you still had to pin Bobby Lashley to become Intercontinental Champion, then I'd be with you. I'd be with who I believe that you're picking because of what you just said.
Just for the record, I'm picking Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush.
Just because of what you said, but I'm going with the fact that you don't specify that stipulation. Either man can be pinned, and Finn Balor can get the Intercontinental Championship. I don't believe that you put that specific stipulation in unless it's going to happen. So, I'm saying keep the build going with what you've got right now and have Finn Balor win it now. Then have him beat Bobby Lashley in the rematch, one-on-one, clean. Have him walk into WrestleMania as the champion. I think that's a bigger rub at this point with what you got, with what you started building up at Royal Rumble. Finn Balor took Brock Lesnar to his limits. Did he really?
He certainly.
In storyline terms, yes. Did he really? I don't know. But if you're going to build it up that way, okay, keep it going. Don't bog him down. Don't make a stipulation and make it so that he overcomes the odds. Right now. Wins the title. Pins Leo Rush. Doesn't pin Bobby Lashley right away. So Bobby Lashley still has the rematch clause. So you get the one-on-one at Fastlane. Then you have Finn Balor beat Bobby Lashley clean.
At Fastlane?
At Fastlane. Then you have the multi-man match that they're going to have it at WrestleMania. You have Finn Balor come out, make that long-ass walk that we know he's going to be making. It's MetLife Stadium. We remember how long that fucking ramp was. Okay.
Quite large.
So, have him make that walk as Intercontinental Champion. That's where I'm going.
Everything you're saying is making logical sense, but I don't know. There's still this X factor wrapped up in this match that still gives me some degree of doubt that that's going to be quite the way it goes. Just given the amount of hype, I just don't see this being one of those matches where they trigger a title change. I cannot explain in any sort of logical states why, but there's just this shred of doubt that stops me from going a full bore and picking Finn Balor to win.
It's also the fact that I need a title change at this pay-per-view for me to give any kind of shits about this pay-per-view, and not the hey we're having a new title be made. No, I need a change.
An established title changing.
Hands.
Okay.
That'll get me to perk up, because I can tell you right now, okay, the matches are gonna be good. Mostly, I expect nothing out of Strowman versus Corbin. That's it. But
they can't all be winners.
Yeah, but the matches are gonna be good. But as of right now, as it normally is in the lead up to WrestleMania, I have no reason to care. And something of that magnitude will get me to at least perk up. That's it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Speaking of perking up, how about the match of Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott? You want to talk about underhyped?
We'll say this, okay? We know that Ronda Rousey is winning this match. We know that the match itself is going to be good.